Leon, kind of a little bit of a playoff atmosphere. Really could just see the emotion from you and Connor, especially Connor in the shootout. Obviously, you guys wanted the win. Just kind of give me your thoughts on kind of a roller coaster game a little bit for you guys.
Yeah, I think both teams obviously knew what's at stake, and it was a tight game, back and forth. We had two shifts where we kind of fell asleep a little bit there and let them get back into it. That's something we need to clean up, obviously. But other than that, it's a pretty solid game, I thought, and yeah, we're obviously happy we got the extra point.
Yeah, you mentioned that's I think the third time in 5 games that you had that just brief little small fall asleep kind of thing, and it really changes the outcome of the game. But for the majority of it, you like your game. What did you like about your team's play in the offensive zone and not getting frustrated with fans? Obviously felt like there was maybe some missed calls. Did you feel like the refs were letting a lot of obstruction go tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to comment on the refs, but yeah, I thought we did a pretty good job of playing them below the circles. Obviously they had a young D-core in there tonight, so I thought we worked them pretty well, and yeah, that's one of our strengths on our team, right? We bring pucks to the net and we create scoring chances off of that, so I thought we did a pretty good job of that.
These types of games theoretically are they are very helpful in sort of tempering you guys for what you're going to see in the playoffs. Is that kind of how you get a sense of it, that this is, you acclimatize yourself to what happened tonight because you're going to see a lot of it?
Yeah, that, like you guys said, that's a playoff type of game, right? It's good to see that we can stick with it and come out on top at the end. That's a great sign for us. So who knows? We might see this team sometime down the stretch, right? So yeah, it was big 2 points for us.
Home ice is always huge, but this year it seems especially you guys have really asserted yourself in this building. I think you're 10 games over 500, 8 in a row. And the last couple of years, you're barely over 500. Is there a different vibe this season? I mean, having the fans back is obviously a big deal.
Well, I think it's something that that needed to improve over the last couple of years, and obviously so far this season we've done that. We want to make this building a tough building for other teams to come in and a hard building to play in, and I think we've done a good job of that lately.
Cody, can you answer that one too? Like, you get a bunch of wins in a row at home late in a season like this. I mean, that's got to have you guys in a good place heading into the final games of the year.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think we feel pretty comfortable playing at home. We've been playing hard at home. We just need to clean it up a little bit on the road, and I think we'll be a very hard team to play against.
Leon, one of the things that Evander Kane talked a lot about when he got here was wanting to kind of play that heavier game. Do you feel like your group is able to play that kind of game right now, where you're working those corners and working the balls, and more of that in your game than maybe at other times this year?
Yeah, of course. I mean, there's different ways of being hard, right? You can, be hard without the puck. You can forecheck hard. You can finish your checks. That's one way of being hard. Another way of being hard is probably the best example is Himes, right? He's really hard on pucks. That's hard to play against. He protects pucks. He takes them to dangerous areas, and that's another way of being hard. So I think we got a lot of that in our group.
Leon, you're one of the few guys maybe you can understand how difficult it is to score 100 points. You're on the verge of doing it for the 3rd time. Connor's already done it 5, and he's only 25. I know he's not going to talk about it, but do you guys, and Cody, maybe you can answer too after, but you don't necessarily take it for granted just how difficult it is. Like, he's on pace to join Lemieux and Gretzky as the only guys to ever do it like 10 times, and he's very young age. Just give me your sense on 100 points for him again.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously very impressive. Who knows? He might have gotten 100 in his rookie season too. Obviously he gets hurt, but yeah, the consistency is just amazing. Fun to be a part of. Fun to watch. It's hard to score in this league. He goes up against the best every single night, right? You got to think every team tries to stop him. Every team focuses on him the most, and yet he goes out with every season with 110, 120 points. I don't even know, but that's hard to do. That's really, really hard to do, and it's impressive.
Yeah, just the rate that both of these guys are scoring at and the consistency they bring. every single night, putting up points is it's impressive, and that's what kind of drew me here in the summertime was getting a chance to play with these guys and see how far we can go.
Their offense rubbing off on you? That was quite the snipe.
It's chasing me down.
Yeah, I told him I'm coming.
Leon, the rest of the hockey world is watching. You know, you score one night, and then Austin Matthews scores one night, and then you score one night. It's going back and forth. Are you paying any attention to what he's doing?
I'd be lying if I didn't. I mean, it's it's impressive what he's doing, right? It's the same thing. Teams focus on him, and he scores 50 every year. I mean, pretty much every year. So, yeah, it's impressive. It's fun to watch. You know, obviously, we'll see how it ends.
You'd like to beat him, I assume?
Of course, I'd like to beat him, yeah, but he's a pretty good player himself. So, I don't think he's going to stay at 49, to be honest with you.